and that is the last song I will perform for you today. So that's 2 out of the 6 songs I've written for Keywords and the fantastic organisation called Literature Works, who do so much for the written word in the Southwest. I'd like to thank them hugely for their faith in me, for giving me this great opportunity to work with them. It's been a complete pleasure from start to finish, and also to the University of Exeter, the Department of Archaeology and History, and the wonderful lead, Dr. Laura Sanger, who has been such an inspiration, so fantastic to work with, and all of the team based in London, based also in Plymouth, and all around the country and globally, because there are over 4,000 volunteers who are helping transcribe the wills all over the world. It's the most remarkable project, which is taking 25,000 of these wills, all handwritten from 1540 to 1790, and through AI transcribing them into written text. And where the AI can't quite manage it, these 4,500 volunteers globally fill in the blanks, and then they feed that metric back into the system, and we can read these wills, which are extraordinary because they are actually the largest single resource of history of women in this country in those days, because women weren't usually recorded unless they were aristocracy or unless they were martyred or burnt as witches or something like that. And yet a quarter of these wills belong to women, we think. So far the initial results would suggest that. And so it is an enormous opportunity to find out more about them. This is just 25,000. There are over 4 million of these wills waiting to be transcribed, and we very much hope in the fullness of time we can do that. In the meantime, I really hope you enjoy the songs. Anyone who's coming along to the Key House, the Custom House at the Key tomorrow between 6:30 and 7:30, really look forward to seeing you there and to performing all of these songs with the Professor, fantastic historian. I'm so lucky working with 2 such great historians, Mark Stoyle from the University of Southampton, and thank you so much to you, Will, for today. It's been a real pleasure being able to perform these songs and to share a little bit of what's behind them, and hope to do it again sometime.
Well, Chris, thanks very much for coming. It's been great to have you here. I think the sound's been all right. Hum's just sent in an all right message. I think I will check it later. I'm not going to stop to check me messages.
But he's been do about it now.
He's been positive so far,
Okay,
so
good.
I think that's okay. There's only one more thing to mention. I believe you're going to be at the Topsham Folk Club in January.
So yes, I am. So I've got a few performances coming up. But yes, relevant to the wills, this is very important because the wills project. I'm performing all of the songs that I've written at Topsham Folk Club on Sunday, the 18th of January. Tickets are already on sale from Topsham Folk Club, and that will be accompanied by the fantastic Miranda Sykes, who'll be supporting but also helping me with some of the songs as well. But she'll be starting the whole show off on voice and double bass, string quartet, Roger on the hurdy-gurdy. There'll be folk guitar and recorder and a flute as well, and Adrian on lead guitar, and a few other surprise guest artists might be popping in and out as well. So it's going to be quite an ensemble, really. And in the meantime, I'm doing a couple of performances of a Christmas show that I do called a Yuletide Ramble, and one of those will be at the Bridge at the Malthouse on the 17th of December, and just a few days before that for Lustley events up in the village, which is now being overtaken by Harry Potter, and that is for Leap on Saturday the 13th of December. And I might also be doing a little guest appearance with Steve Knightley and his Winter Yards Band at the Corn Exchange on the 6th of December for the final date of their tour. That is a maybe, and that's all we have in the tank at the minute.
That's brilliant. Thanks very much for coming. Because I think it's really great. The only thing I just mention at this point, just so it's on the tape, if we could organise things better, we could have your performance ahead of the Futures weekend. So if you're still going with the Wills project, make a point of coming in August or sometime like that.
Yeah, definitely. We're looking for extra funding in a minute for the Wills project to continue, so I can keep turning these fantastic wills into songs, and also the idea was to write some choral pieces as well. and to get them done and performed by us from choirs. And we love that to happen. So yes, well, if anything happens in that regard, you'll be the first to know. But at the moment, the last performance of these songs, as things stand, is going to be at the Folk Club in Topsham on January 18th. So do come along then. I am recording them as well, and I hope to be able to release those once they're done sometime in the new year. That's the plan.
Okay, that's great. Well, I think time travel is the answer. I think all these things, once they're recorded, they can be moved around through time.
Totally, and I think once you've got a recording of it, it's so versatile as to what you can do with the recording and interest people from further afield, because not everyone necessarily wants to listen to people talking about wills, but people do like to listen to songs. And as soon as anything is turned into verse or lyrics, it's a way of distilling the essence, really. That's the way I see it anyway, distilling the essence of what is there and trying to find a story that is a thread common to all of us. We may not all have a death's head ring, but all of us know how much rings can mean to people and to families. We may not necessarily have been a sailor and played a ship's trumpet, but we know what it's like to give bequests to people and say, well, either we receive them or we write out our own will. Apparently a third of us haven't done that as adults in the country, and that's something we all need to do, be more mindful of. But we're aware of how that works anyway, and the value and significance that we attach to stuff. And also in terms of stories around Exeter, because Exeter is a remarkable city with such an incredible history, and sadly such an enormous amount of it has been destroyed within living memory. I mean, where I'm performing tomorrow in the West Quarter, there's a wonderful photo of the West Quarter from the 1950s, and only 4 buildings are standing from that time. People think the Luftwaffe destroyed Exeter. Exeter destroyed Exeter. The Luftwaffe destroyed about 10% of what has gone since the Second World War. The rest of it has been destroyed through other means, through schemes and plans and ideas, and this will be a great idea, and just tearing up the history. So this is a way of reconnecting. These songs I see as a way of reconnecting with our cultural history, our past, our archaeological history, and also our natural history, which in the case of the salmon and the swallows who go up and down the river are so important to keep them alive and keep them going. And it's down to us as human beings who put stuff in the river and look after the landscape, or not, to make that possible for these species that inhabit them.
Yeah, well, I just one last mention. You'll be at the Quay tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Just for new listeners who've tuned in the last 10 minutes.
6:30 to 7:30. There's a little bar apparently opening up beforehand if you want to get there early and have a drink. But looks like the weather's going to be all right, and so lovely to walk around. If you've not been to the Quay, do have a look around. It's a remarkable building. The ceiling in the room where I'm performing, the long room, is one of the jewels of Exeter. It is an astonishing piece of plasterwork designed by the plasterer John Abbott, who did most of the grand houses around here at the time. It is a work of art. You must look up. Please listen to the songs as well, but do look up and around, because it's absolutely stunning.
Great. Well, I'm certainly going. I'm sure quite a few listeners will turn up as well. Well, Chris, thank you.
Pleasure, Will. Thank you.
And I'm going to play. I'm not sure which this track is, but it should be the show of hands again, coming up soon.